Hello, thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Regan Gallo in for Laura Papetti today. Right now at noon, we are under a weather impact alert as high winds blow across the inland northwest. Our meteorologist Thomas Patrick is tracking those winds. Thomas, what is it looking out right there? I see you have your umbrella. Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, kind of feeling like I'm fighting the umbrella right now because this is the first time I've been out here while it's been raining throughout the course of the morning, now into the afternoon here. And our wind gusts have been up to 45 miles per hour so far today, still gusting in that 30 to 40 mile per hour range. So yes, it is going to look, and it certainly feels like I'm fighting the umbrella just to stay dry. Here are the maximum wind speeds we've seen so far today, up to 45 miles per hour in Spokane and 47 in Pullman. So really the eastern Washington corridor getting the worst of the winds with the storm system that has already passed through earlier on this morning. In fact, the storm is actually up into British Columbia right now, but we still have some rain, still have some mountain snow, and certainly still have quite a bit of wind just in relation to this storm, which has been passing through these last 12 hours. So here's why I have the umbrella out here. Just a little burst of rain for the lunch hour between Spokane and now just entering Coeur d'Alene and Post Falls right now. This should not last all afternoon, probably about an hour's worth of rain at most, so you won't need the umbrella all day long, which is probably a good thing because these winds will stay strong for the rest of the afternoon. These are the current wind gusts at 41 miles per hour, sustained winds at 25. So the rest of the day today, definitely going to be windy. Thankfully, shouldn't be all that rainy once we get rid of this batch, which is on us right now. So coming up, we're going to be already looking ahead at when the winds will calm down and that next storm system and next batch of rain through the extended outlook. That's all coming up in about 10 to 15 minutes.
You can! Okay.
This video showing an ICE arrest in Spokane Valley earlier this week is being shared across social media and bringing up a lot of questions. Sharon Yu with our Seattle sister station talked with legal experts to find out if what the agents did was against the law.
We have reached out to all parties involved in the video and also to a law enforcement expert for analysis.
This video filmed by Kayla Somariba shows federal immigration agents, some uniformed and some in plainclothes, break the windows of their SUV.
You can!
Somariba says this happened on March 10th near this intersection in Spokane Valley as she, her husband, and her brother-in-law were on their way to a hearing for a case not related to immigration.
Maybe like 12 officers ended up, surrounding us. There was at least like 2 or 3 in every window. And I lower my window to talk to them and, asking politely, like, officers, why are you stopping us? What is the reason for this? And I'm already reading on their vest that it says ICE.
It's illegal! It's legal!
Somariba says she kept asking to see a warrant or any documentation from the agents.
Obviously, if you have a warrant for their arrest, they have to go. But didn't show us anything, no proof that there was actually anything.
We reached out to an ICE spokesperson who said, quote, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement arrested 2 men whom we are not naming because they have not been charged with a crime, both citizens of Nicaragua and suspected members of Tren de Aragua. The aliens resisted officers during the arrest and failed to obey a lawful order to exit a vehicle, which resulted in forced entry by ICE officers. The statement continues to say one of the men has been arrested in Spokane County for felony harassment with a weapon and that he has been ordered removed from the U.S. by an immigration judge. ICE says the other man was previously arrested for burglary, malicious mischief, drive-by shooting, and threatening to kill. When asked if there were any warrants or supporting documentation, ICE did not respond. We reached out to John Urquhart, former King County Sheriff and King 5's law enforcement analyst. Urquhart says the agents did not break any laws when they broke the windows, as they had probable cause to arrest the 2 men. We reached out to an immigration attorney and professor at Seattle U who said, quote, ICE officers can arrest someone in public spaces without an ICE warrant if they have probable cause that the person is deportable. ICE claims they did have that probable cause. We circled back to Somariba, who is a U.S. citizen and 7 months pregnant. She vehemently denies her husband and her brother-in-law's affiliation with any gangs.
I'm 100% sure that they are not part, of a gang. My husband would wake up, go to work, come back, yeah, sometimes he would, hang out with his friends. It's a normal thing that a 25-year-old's gonna do, a 26-year-old.
Somariba is a U.S. citizen, and she says she was not arrested or pulled out of the vehicle. We know the two men have been taken to the ICE processing facility in Tacoma. The Northwest Immigrant Rights Project says they are doing an assessment to find out what happens next for the two men detained there. In Seattle, sharing you KREM 2 News.
A bill to limit services and local resources for undocumented immigrants in Idaho is closer to becoming law. Emergency medical services would still be accessible under the bill, but it does get rid of non-emergency health care and certain social benefits like access to soup kitchens.
Crisis counseling and intervention, short-term shelter specified by federal law. We've struck that, but then we've added back in at short-term shelters, and there's definitions below. For prenatal care, postnatal care, not to exceed 12 months, and for food assistance for dependent children.
The bill is now headed to the House floor for debate. And a Spokane landmark could soon have a new name. The City of Spokane Parks and Recreation Board is set to vote on the renaming of the Spokane Pavilion. As of right now, that potential new name is being kept a secret until after the vote. The title sponsor is set to provide the city with over $2.6 million over 10 years, with the option for 5 additional years. Those funds will provide free educational events, entertainment, and cultural programs, as well as care for Riverfront Park. Today's meeting begins at 3:30 this afternoon.